अयोध्यवासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम। अयोध्यवासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम। अयोध्यवासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम। पतिता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम। पतिता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम। पतिता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम। अयोध्यवासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम। अयोध्यवासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम। पतिता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम। पतिता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम। पतिता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम। अयोध्यवासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम। अयोध्यवासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम। अयोध्यवासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम। पतिता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम। पतिता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम। पतिता पावन जानकी जीवन सीता मोहन राम। अयोध्यवासी राम 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 दशरथ नंदन राम। सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। सुप्रभात की जय। गौर भक्तों की जय। We'll start with the Dhyana Sloka. Today is very wonderful Ayodhya Kanda, describing the wonderful qualities of Lord Ram, what we can learn. And then we'll also learn the important teachings of Mantara obstructing the coronation of Lord Rama. So, very important teachings on that. पूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कवितासकं वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्। वाल्मीकिर्मुनिसिंहस्य कवितावनचारिणः शृण्वन् रामकथानदं को न याति परां गतिम्। या पिबन् सततं रामचरितामृतसागरम् अतृप्तास्तं मुनिं वन्दे प्राचेतसमकल्मषम्। गोस्पदीकृतवारासिम् अस्कीकृतराक्षसम् रामायण महामाला रत्नं वन्दे अनिलात्मजम्। अंजनानन्दनं वीरं जानकी शोकनाशनम् कपितासमक्षहन्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम्। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि उल्लङ्घ्य सिन्धो सलिलं यः शोकवह्निं जगात्मजया अदाय तेनैव ददाह लङ्काम् नमामि तं प्राञ्जलि आञ्जनेयम् आञ्जनेयमतीपतलाननम् कञ्चनाद्रिकमनीयविग्रहम् पारिजातातरुमूलवासिनम् भवयामि पवमाननन्दनम् यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनम् तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिम् बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनम् मारुतिम् नमता राक्षसान्तकम् वेदवेद्ये परे पुंसि जाते दशरथात्मजे वेदप्राचेतसत् आसीत् साक्षात् रामायणात्मनः श्रीराघवम् दशरथात्मजमप्रमेयम् सीतापतिम् रघुकुलान्वय रत्नदीपम् राजानुबाहुम् अरविन्ददलायताक्षम् रामम् निशाचर विनाशकरम् नमामि श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। वैदेही सरितम् सुराद्रुमतले हैमे महामण्डपे मध्ये पुष्कमासने मणिमये वीरासने सुस्थितम् अग्रे वजयति प्रभञ्जनसुते तत्त्वम् मुनिभ्यः परम् व्याख्यान्तम् वरदादिभिः परिवृतम् रामम् भजे श्यामलम्। Go back. Two more verses. अपदामपहर्तारम् दातारम् सर्वसम्पदा लोकाभिरामम् श्रीरामम् भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गम् सीता समारोपितवामवागम् पानौ महासयाकचारुचापम् नमामि रामम् रघुवंशनाथम् सकृद्येव प्रपन्नो यत्तवास्मि जयाचते अभयम् सर्वभूतेभ्यो ददामि एतत्प्रदम् मम श्रीरामचन्द्रचरणौ मनसा स्मरामि श्रीरामचन्द्रचरणौ वचसा गृह्णामि श्रीरामचन्द्रचरणौ शिरसा नमामि श्रीरामचन्द्रचरणौ शरणम् प्रपद्ये माता रामो माता मत्पिता रामचन्द्र स्वामी रामो मत्सखा रामचन्द्र सर्वस्व मे रामचन्द्रो दयालु न अन्यं जाने नैव जाने न जाने। O my Lord Sri Rama, you are my mother, father, master and friend. Indeed, the kind-hearted Rama is all I have. I don't have any other relation apart from him. I really don't. This is a full surrender. Amogam darshanam Rama amogatsava samstava amogaste bhavishyanti bhaktimanto narabhuvi ये त्वां देवं ध्रुवं भक्ता पुराणं पुरुषोत्तमं प्राप्नुवन्ति सदा कामिना लोके पात्र च. Now, as we are entering Ayodhya Kanda, now it has been described. Ayodhya Kanda. Canto 1, which is Balakanda, describes, establishes the Supreme Lord, Lord Rama as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And it establishes the four duties as well, which are mentioned as mystery, learning mystery of Dhanurveda, obtained by spiritual master, and then employment in destruction of Tataka and others, and then destruction of Lord Shiva's vow and accepting Lord Vishnu's vow, and then Lord Rama wedding and companion Mother Sita in Dharma. And that is what is established in the first canto. Also, one and is also important instruction is how to understand our service to the Lord, as it is that is our duty is to serve the Lord as jivas, jivir swarupe nityar Krishna das. Now canto 2 establishes more important things, how one should uh, always be obedient and serve. And that actually begins. The first chapter begins with the Lord Dasharatha Maharaj desires to appoint uh, Lord Rama as the crown prince. So as he is desiring, then it starts with Bharata and Shatrugna going to her uncle's place, their uncle Mama, Yudhajit, his name. And then Dasharatha Maharaj is thinking, so there the first instruction has been given that one should serve the pure devotee of the Lord mm, as a menial servant. Just like Shatrugna, out of love, he went with Bharata. Bharata didn't ask, but Shatrugna himself out. He served Bharat like a menial servant. He had great love and affection. So they both are inseparable. Just like Lakshmana and Rama is inseparable, Bharata and Shatrugna was inseparable. And this particular canto of Ayodhya Kanda teaches the foremost important principle is Dharma, carrying out instructions of Father as executed by Lord Rama. Never broke his promise. Offered, we'll see in the chapters further. Again and again, whenever he met his father Dasrath Maharaj, he offered obeisances. Again, he was brought by Sumantra multiple times at the time of coronation because he's getting the bad dreams, seeing the multiple omens. So then again he offers obeisances. So he is very respectful. He was a dear to Dashrath Maharaj and Dashrath Maharaj also very dear to Lord Ram. Both are very so much affectionate, and we'll see that. And this canto describes that first dharma, how to be obedient to Father and following his instructions. The second one is even more important is menial service to the Supreme Lord, carrying out the orders of the Supreme Lord and being fixed in serving the devotees of the Supreme Lord. So that is being described throughout this canto. That is important principle. And then next instruction is the nature of jivas is meant to attain the Supreme Lord. So how one should attain all the kingdom everybody desired. Not only Dasrath Maharaj as ideal king, not only he desired, he validated. He want to make sure before he put his son as king, he brought all the kings, he brought the main important citizens, important ministers. He presented, he explained his desire. He's going to retire, his age is old. I want to retire, now I want to give. I think my son, Lord Rama, is very qualified, but I want you to tell me why do you think Lord Rama is asking the question? He wants to make sure his direction is right. He wants to validate with the sages Vasishtha and Vamadeva and other spiritual masters, so whom he is guided by, and then he wants to validate also against the citizens and other kings, so that he's taking always the decisions not alone, but is taking the decisions based on others' inputs as well. That is also important instruction whenever we consider things important. Things to be done. So that should be the consideration. The first chapter starts with Dasharatha Maharaj desiring to appoint Lord Rama as the crown prince. Um, the first instruction I already told about Shatrugna's. One should be fixed up in the service of the pure devotee Supreme Lord by describing Shatrugna's activities. Just like Shatrugna served Bharat Maharaj. Now the begins Lord Rama's beautiful, wonderful qualities. It's a very important chapter. This one. So where it is presented. Lord Rama was beautiful, heroic, non-envious, and unequaled son on the earth, similar to Dashrath Maharaj. It trails. On the other hand, even when Rama was addressed in harsh words, this is the most important instruction I think we all should learn and take. When Rama was addressed in harsh words, he would never argue back. He would respond gently because he was always peaceful in the mind. Uh, Very important instruction. So we should try to tolerate. So this will do good for us, and good. It will do good who are surrounded by us. Because of his self-discipline and determination, he was satisfied even with a single act of single help rendered to him, and he did not consider even 100 offenses to him. This is also important instruction. As a leader, somewhere or the other, in the family or in the community, in the office, this is important principle to have. Whatever little spark somebody have, little help they may do, so you consider that as a positive thing, and you ignore the negative things. And Prabhupada quotes important words also. Just like Sanketam va parihas, Sanketam parihasam va stobanam eva Vaikunta nama grahanam Asesha agam haram vidu. Very famous verse from 6th canto in Ajamil pastime, I think chapter 2, yeah, 14 verse. Mm. Even one chant the holy name by laughing. Some people joke when we chant and dance, sometimes in the street or in front of the store. Some people so laughingly see these Hare Krishnas or something. Even then also they get the mercy. Because Lord is so merciful. Even one who's not even thinking directly to chant, but somehow indirectly. Sanketam va. Parihasam va, even laughingly. Stobanam, helanam eva, even jokingly, criticizingly. Still, even they get benefit. Vaikunta nama grahanam sarva agam haram vidu. Even so many sinful activities will be removed once they chant. So, very important principle in that way. So, one should consider the positive things of a person. And he is extremely intelligent, sweet, polite, and pleasant, not proud. He is not proud at all, his abilities. There is also important principle. We should be grave in that way. And vigorous, and never engage in useless talks, no false talk. No biting back means when person is not there, no talking about that person. This person did that. He's like this, he like that. So Lord Rama never encouraged, never engaged in that kind of useless talk, and always honored elders of many verses describing how Lord Rama is always, pretty much in every gap, almost throughout the day, is regularly associating with saintly persons. Those who are elder by their conduct, not by age, by the conduct, by their spiritual knowledge. Lord Rama is teaching whom we should associate and whom especially with we should associate more, how we should learn the lesson, from whom we should learn. It is by the, we have to understand the person by their conduct, by their spiritual knowledge. That means they are learning, they themselves are practicing what they are preaching. This is an important principle to understand. So Prabhupada, whatever he told other disciples, he followed that every day. He's always up. Before Mangalarti, hardly slept a few hours. Sometimes not even slept even a little bit. He always, wherever, doesn't matter, no jet lag, wherever he was, he's always attending Mangalarti, chanting his rounds, much more, 64 or whatnot, more. Is doing every duty, whatever is instructing. Before he is telling others, he himself is doing that first. Uh, Lord Rama is also showing that he is always associating with associating with saintly persons. He always honored elders, allowed his citizens, just like their own son, his own sons, own children. He is merciful to the fallen. It's a very important principle also. So, and very compassionate, always regulated in his vows, pure in financial dealings. That means what is the need, what is the want. Pure means because I have money, I'm doing job, I can spend whatever I like. So that means we're not pure in financial dealings. Means Lord Rama make sure that every penny is spent um, properly, rightly, and not unwantedly. Prabhupada is very particular in that. Not a far thing. Yes, we may ask for donation. Make sure that not even one paisa is spent for any wrong things, and it is wisely used, properly spent. That is the Prabhupada's expectation from each and every disciple. He himself carried out like that. So everything he used to ask, where this paisa, how come it is missing 2 paisa in this count tally? Everything. She never, he is always very strict on that principle. And he controlled anger. And then there, Lord Rama's, while Dasrath Maharaj is describing, Kshatriya should possess 3 qualities: forgiveness, fortitude, and vigor. And then describes at the end of this chapter that just like in the first canto, Lord Rama marries Mother Sita. In this canto, describes Bhumi Devi, earth god, because generally there is a Bhu, Shakti, Sri, Bhu, Sri, Neela, 3 deities, generally, Lord. In some of the past times, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also married Lakshmi Priya, then Vishnu Priya, and then the place abode, the Dham is considered as Neela Shakti. So Bhu and Sri and Neela in this way. Whenever the Lord comes here, also you see that Mother Sita, but Ekapatni Vrat, that is the duty of Lord Ramchandra establishing. So that he didn't marry, but otherwise, Bhudev is desiring to see the Lord Rama as coronated as a king. She wants Lord to be ruled, to be established as a prince. She is desire. That is Canto 2 is also mentioning that. As we described, he is always in conversation with saintly persons, elder by conduct, elder by spiritual knowledge, and elder by age. Even between his archery practice sessions, he is always thinking. So there, Prabhupada quotes, gives Acharya's quote 9468 from Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the Ambarish Maharaj pastime, very important verse. How much Lord is very much running behind, serving the pure devotees, sadhus, and sadhus also thinking about the Lord. Sadhavo hridayam mahyam sadhunam tvaham tena janante tena managapi. So that's what when Ambarish Maharaj was harassed by Durvas Muni, and the Sudarshan Chakra went behind the Durvas Muni. Durvasana came to Lord Vishnu finally after Brahma and Shiva. No one said, we can't protect you. Then he went to Lord Vishnu, Vaikuntha, all the way. Then the Lord said that Durvasana was arguing. So you are independent. You can control this because you are the one who released it. The whole world is in your hands. And he said, I am not independent. So I am there. I am being controlled by my devotee. So I am not independent. Aham bhakta paradino aswatantri hi jana sadhavo sadhavir grasta hodayo bhaktair bhakta janapriya. I am being controlled by my devotees. I am not independent. You go and ask Amrish Maharaj, I can't do anything. When he stops, then Sudarshan Chakra will stop. Until that, I cannot do anything. You have to go back and surrender to him also. So that's why he is telling Sadhavo Hridayam Mahyam. I am in the heart of my devotees and they are in my heart. I only know about them and they only know about me. So, so that is important. And that's why Lord Rama is also teaching. Is always associating, is considering their inputs, is taking their association always, regularly. Throughout the Ramayana, you will see that. So much respectful, so much honored, always abided by Viswamitra, Vasishtha, many others as it goes from beginning to end of Ramayana. So very important principle. That is chapter 1 describing that. And then the chapter 2 is citizens of Ayodhya request Dasratha to coronate Lord Rama. Then they describes Lord Rama as beautiful qualities of how much he cared for each and every living entity. Even when he goes to the, learning the archery and whatever he's doing, and in between he used to come and ask citizens, and whenever their children are born, he thinks that is a festival in his own family. So pretty much he dealt with so much love and affection with each and every citizen. You was so much humble, so much affectionate, so compassionate, so merciful. So all wonderful qualities. So that's why even now everybody wants Ramaraj, because that's all Lord Ramachandra ruled. Everybody was fascinated by Lord Rama's beauty. So at the end of that chapter, beautiful description is there. They are telling Lord Dasarath Maharaj about how much badly they want Lord Rama to be as coronated. Ramam Indivar Syamam Sarvasatrus Nibarhanam Pasyamo Yuva Rajyastam Tava Rajottamam. Oh, best of the kings, we want to see your son Lord Rama, who is as beautiful as dark blue lotus, who destroys all enemies, installed as a prince. And um, then the third chapter begins. Yeah, he knows in the second chapter it is mentioned. He knows the dharma is true to his promise, fully approachable. That should be also. If you are a leader in some sort, we should be approachable. Mm. And so mild and gentle and caring and especially the caring and affectionate and merciful, compassionate nature should be there. That automatically attracts anyone. So he is fully approachable, free from fault finding, and tolerant of his subordinates' offenses unto him. He consoles the angry and distressed. He speaks pleasingly, is grateful and devoid of restless sense enjoyment. So very important qualities to learn and imbibe, practice. It takes quite a bit of time because we have come up with some background from the past life, so it takes time. But more we hear Ramayana in this way, the more we try to control things which are bad habits, so that uh, we can help others by acting in that way. He's soft, firm in mind, and always expert. Nobody can find fault in him. Raghava speaks pleasingly to all beings, and he speaks the truth to benefit everyone. He serves his elders, and we have learned a lot of scriptures and are fixed in spiritual knowledge. That is chapter 2. Now, the chapter 3 begins with Dasratha Maharaj informing Lord Rama about his decision. Mm, so, there, the mention. So by tomorrow early morning, bring to the king's bring to the king's Agnihotra shrine jewels such as gold, sacrificial ingredients, all the grains. This is after he instructs, he asks, he requests, he desired, and then he asks Vasishtha, he brings Vasishtha and Vamadeva because they are the spiritual masters. You should validate, you should be guiding, taking their guidance, you should engage them because they are the ones who has to do this. Coronation requires punya vachanam, coronation requires sankalpa. Lord Rama, so Vasishtha and Vamadeva goes to Lord Rama, and then in the night, day before, this is always generally the day before is called Adivas ceremony. Any big festival, Janmashtami, Gaur Purnima, pretty much every major festival, day before there is a Sankalpa, then there is a Adivas, means you prepare all the items and everything ready. You prepare for the festival. You purify it, everything clean and nice, and then next day, same thing here. Even marriage also, that's how I remember. Day before, you keep the bride and bridegroom ready. There's a puja at both places. There's a purification process, serving the elders and the devotees, and then the next day actual marriage things start. But the day before there's a ceremonies, so that creates auspiciousness for the next day event. Same thing happened here. To, there it described what and all they collected for this particular coronation ceremony. Jewels such as gold, sacrificial ingredients, all kinds of grains, urad beans, and other herbs, white flowers, parched grains, honey, and ghee in separate containers, unbeaten clothes, a chariot, all kinds of weapons, a fourfold military force, an elephant with auspicious characteristics, two white chamara fans, a flag, a yellow umbrella, 100 golden pots shining like fire, a bull decorated with golden horns and the complete skin of a tiger. Please also arrange for anything else that would be needed, such as fragrances and flowers. So that we will all, whenever we offer flowers, especially at temple, it should be fragrant. And not the flowers which have no fragrance is better not to use, not to offer anything like that. It should have fragrance. So that's ideally jasmine, mulai, roses, which has smell. Many of the flowers doesn't have smell much here. Or any simple flowers, even the mums and others. So we should try to offer the flowers with fragrance. May all the dancers, actors, no, hold on. Early tomorrow morning, honor the best of the twice born, and distribute excellent rice with servings of fine yogurt and milk. That would be fully satisfactory to the 100,000 brahmanas, as well as ghee, yogurt separately, rice, and numerous gifts. As soon as the sun rises tomorrow, there should be a swasti vacham. That is very important. Swasti vacham should be done. Before that, so we chant Mangalacharan. So I chanted some, but I forgot the other. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yana Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vacharam Pangum Mangete Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamahavam Sri Chaitanya Mancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं श्री रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय गौर भक्तों की जय so here it is described there should be Swasti Vachan ceremony. So call the Brahmanas for this purpose and prepare seats for them. Hoist flags in every home and sprinkle the grand road with water. This is the case. In Mayapur Dham also, before Gaur Purnima, there is a flag hoisting ceremony. This is just like Shastra, they follow what Shastra instructs. So, in the temples and road junctions, deities with rice and other eatables in their hands who are fit to be worshipped with flowers should be placed separately along with the gifts. So, in this way, they make sure that everything is done properly as per the sadhu and shastra and guru. Nothing, whatever I like, no, nothing like that, no speculations. Further described. Having reached his father, Rama, Prince Rama, the descendant of Raghu, climbed with charioteer to the palace that was brilliant like the peak of Kailash to see the king. Because Dasarath Maharaj instructs Sumantra, charioteer, yesterday I was telling. Sumantra and Mantra, both are two different. Sumantra is a wonderful minister and charioteer of Dasarath Maharaj's kingdom. Mantra, which we are coming to, very important instruction. 3 chapters are there. So, mantra is the one who is actually caused. Actually, this is the, it is not a mantra, there are so many angles. Mantra is bringing inauspiciousness, unwanted association. Actually, it is desired by the devas. Devas are harassed with Ravana. Demigods want Ravana to be killed. For that, these things has to happen. So, Mother Sita to be abducted, and all these things, he has to go to forest. So, that means Rama coronation cannot happen. Then somebody has to break this. So who's going to do? They employed this. So no one knows. That's why there is no in the Ramayana you can't find where she came from, which city, which place, who are their parents, mantras. It is no description is mentioned because it's a demigod sending her all of a sudden from no one knows what is her history and who is she and hunchback woman to Kaikeyi's maid servant, you can say. So we'll come to that. So that those things are coming with important instructions. But here, Dasarath Maharaj asked Sumantra, charioteer, to bring Rama. That's when it's happened. Having reached his father, Rama offered his respects to him with his palms joined in supplication and offered obeisances unto his father's feet while uttering his name. Is a very important principle. Uh, where Prabhupada says, Supreme Personality of God explains why he is so careful follow these duties prescribed for human beings. 3.33 Bhagavad Gita. Yadi aham na varteyam jatu karmani atandrita mama vartaman vartante manushya partha sarvasa. For if I ever fail to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties, O Partha, certainly all men will follow the same my path. So that's the Lord Himself. He doesn't need to do, but He is showing always by His qualities, by His actions, His teaching the lessons, by His own behavior. That's His Maryada Purushottama to teach, especially He has come. Noticing his beloved son Rama near him, offering respectful obeisances with his palms joined in supplication, King Dasratha brought him up and held his joined palms and then embraced him. The king ordered Prince Rama to sit on an exalted throne. It was tall, ornamented fully with gems set in gold and pleasing. Having attained the throne, Raghava shone brilliantly like the spotless sun with its rays when it rises above Mount Meru. The assembly shone with lustrous Rama there, just as the autumn sky with the spotless planets and stars with the moon. King Dasratha was happy to notice that his beloved son Rama was like himself, decorated and reflected on a mirror. He exactly looked like Dasarath Maharaj. That's what has been described as well. Like Kashyapa calling for the king of the Devas, King Dasharatha, the best of those who have sons, smilingly called for his son Rama and spoke the following. Rama, you are my dear son, excellent in auspicious qualities. You have taken birth as my son, resembling me from my eldest wife, who is similar to me, Kausalya, basically, inseparable, both are Ardhangani. Because these citizens are attracted to you because of your auspicious qualities, you will attain the status of a crown prince under the nakshatra of Pushya. This Pushya, Lord Ramachandra is born in Punarvasu nakshatra in the fourth pada, and the coronation is going to happen. They selected a particular. It's very important. These things are important to consider. Even the marriage also, especially the lagna, the murta, and then particular lagna at the time when the thing happens. In some places it is Jilakara Bellam, the Jira and thing, Jagri. In some places it's Mangal Sutra. In some places, different states has different things. Which one is considered the highest? But either with the timing has, for that particular action has to be done at that particular lagna, which is very powerful, which will enhance and keep it fixed. So even for any yajnas, anything, so the same thing here also happening. Pushya Vasishtha has instructed at Pushya Nakshatra, this coronation should happen. So they have decided that's what here Lord Dasarath Maharaj is instructing to. Lord Rama is telling this. By your very nature, you are indeed very humble and filled with auspicious qualities. My son, even though you have good qualities out of affection for you, I will instruct you for your good. Become more humble. This is my instruction, very important. Sir. Become more humble and always keep your senses under control. Get rid of the dangers due to lust and anger. Uh, Prabhupada explained, the Acharya explained, the danger due to lust and anger are Stri Dyota, Mrugaya, Madhya, Vak, Parushya, Ugra, Dandaka, Ardha, Sandushanam, Cheti, Ragnam, Vyasana, Saptakam. The seven dangers of for kings are illicit association with women, gambling, hunting, intoxication, rough speech, harsh punishment, and spoiling money inherited from his father. So that is a very important instruction. These things are. One should endeavor to keep away from the 10 miserable vices stemming from lust and 8 stemming from anger. The 10 vices stemming from lust are hunting, gambling, sleeping during the day, criticism of others, associating with women, it's not the sadhvis in general. So it is mentioned. Drinking liquor, being absorbed in music, being not the devotional music, material music, it meant. Being absorbed in a song, these are material things. Being absorbed in a dance, this is again another mundane dance. Useless travel, the 8 voices stemming from anger are slander, audacity, betrayal, envy, resentment, theft, verbal abuse, physical abuse. Acharya is quoting from Manusmriti. Make all of your subjects, aided by the ministers, happy by providing them with direct and indirect courses of action. Mm. The friends of one who keeps his affectionate subjects satisfied by stocking many valuables with granaries and armories and maintains the earth as happy like the immortals upon attaining nectar. Therefore, you should also control your mind and do like this. In this way, Dasarath Maharaj instructs. Uh, Now, so that was his desire. He calls, informs Rama now because he's getting bad omens. Now he's getting bad omens. Now his anxiety increases. So that is the next chapter title. Prince Rama, the descendant of Raghu, climbed with the chariot to the palace that with brilliant like a peak. Oh no, that I read. I'm sorry. The fourth chapter begins with Dasratha's anxiety begins because of the bad omens. There it describes that. O Rama, the astrologers inform me that my birth star is overcome by terrible heavenly bodies, the sun, Mars, and Rahu. Here also, even that's another thing. Because everybody goes through the Rahu Mahardasha, Ketu Mahardasha, that means inauspicious things. Either it's sometimes at the beginning of age, sometimes the middle, sometimes later. Everybody goes through that. So during that period, generally is very difficult period. We have to tolerate and we have to try to practice more devotion service to get through that particular period. So Generally, when such moments arise, the king dies or faces a terrible crisis. The Suma is already seeing that. And therefore, Raghava, as long as my mind does not abandon the desire to coronate you, please become coronated as the crown prince, since the mind of the creatures is fickle. He also understood that mind is not fixed. Today, the moon is in communion with the nakshatra Punarvasu. That's when Lord Rama also appeared. Punarvasu is very auspicious. That appears prior to Pushya. Astrologists say that tomorrow the moon's communion with the nakshatra Pushya is prescribed for the coronation ceremony. So please be coronated under the Pushya Nakshatra. My mind hurries me in this regard. Oh, scorcher of enemies, I will coronate you tomorrow as a crown prince. So, with a steady mind, you should fast from the hour on for the night with a bride and sleep on a rug of durba grass. Durba grass is very pure. So that's why before it now we put the pujari will have on the finger for the marriage ceremony. Also, you will see on the priest durba grass. We sit on durba grass. Even now I'm sitting. So that's class of chanting, meditating, doing the Gayatri. So that Darba grass we sit on. Because that's what Shastra describes. So that is the same thing here. Lord Rama has been described. So that's the fasting. Always, most of the auspicious things, that's the fasting. Because basically, fasting means you are controlling the senses instead of spending time eating, then rather you are thinking of Supreme Lord or some devotional practice. Your time is spent on the most important thing. So that next day, important festival, so that's why you are fasting till noon on Ram Navami, Janmashtami till midnight. So different festivals, and when based on when the Lord appeared, accordingly the fasting will be there. As far as I know, Lord appeared sometime in the middle in the afternoon. So that's why the fasting is there till noon. Nityanatra is also same thing, fasting till noon. But Lord Krishna appeared in the midnight, so that's a fasting till midnight. Accordingly, and the fasting is generally done. So for this coronation also, has been Mother Sita and Lord Rama has been instructed to fast day before starting. So and during the initiation also that is a principle. On the Vyas Puja, appearance day of spiritual master also that is a principle. You we fast at least half day. Sometimes spiritual master may say, it's okay, you don't need to fast. Then different story. But in otherwise, in general, one should fast here also. Lord Rama and Mother Sita has been instructed by the father and also the others, Vasishtha and others instruct to fast. Your well-wisher should attractively protect you now from all sides because auspicious duties such as these are fraught with many obstacles. I think that your coronation is at the right time while Bharata has gone away from the city. He's already he's already forced it because these bad omens are coming. He already remembered what promise he has given two boons to Kaikeyi at the time of fight. He was helping. Dasharatha was so valiant fighter, Maharat. He was helping demigods at that time. So badly wounded. He was almost like unconscious. That time, Kaikeyi helped him to bring to the back to conscious and help him. So that time, Dasrath Maharaj gave two bones. She said, "I will take when I need." So now is the time is coming up. So the Dasratha had married Kaikeyi by paying the king of Kekaya, the prince of the kingdom. He remembered this incident while speaking this verse. This incident will make clear in chapter later chapters as mantra comes. So that's why is immediately thinking. Of course, your brother Bharata is certainly fixed up in the behavior of saintly. He follows his elders, his mind is fixed in dharma, he is compassionate and his senses under control. Raghava, he is nevertheless my opinion that the mind of men is unsteady. However, the minds of those good men exclusively engaged in dharma produces auspiciousness. So basically, he sees Lord Rama is the out of all, Lord Rama is the topmost in everything, in all the wonderful qualities. That's what citizens agreed on. That's what the sages, the kings, everybody agreed. Everybody came to one conclusion only to put Lord Rama. Mm. Upon hearing about the pleasant news, Rama's coronation, Sumitra, Lakshmana had arrived there beforehand, and Sita had also been brought there. Interestingly, actually, everybody was so happy, including Kaikeyi also. Mantra had to try persuade almost two chapters. You will see. First chapter, you will see that Kaikeyi was so happy that even though she was telling something else, then she said she was congratulating her. She was giving gifts to her. She Mantra has become so furious and angry. Then again and again, she brings up that point and persuades in different ways, and finally brings her to the opposite direction. But in the beginning, Kaikeyi was completely because Lord Rama is even more dear to than actually her sons, Bharata and Shatrugna. So for Kaikeyi. So that's what she says to Mantra, all that. Where is so, I'm so happy to see Lord Rama being coronated. He is so my dear son. So that's what she says. So it's not a Kaikeyi's fault. In this case, it's actually bad association. In this case, also they was wanted certain things to happen for Lord Rama to kill Ravana. So different. That's why these incidents has to be understood properly. Different lessons are also there. Having heard about her son's coronation as the crown prince under the Pushya Nakshatra, Kaushalya was sitting alone with Sumitra, Sita, and Lakshmana. While keeping her eyes closed, she was then meditating on Lord Janardana after performing pranayam, even including the Dasarat Maharaj's wives also, mothers also doing this. You can understand. So it is everybody's duty to meditate on the Lord, thinking of the Lord. Rama approached Kaushalya, who was engaged in the proper regulations, and offered her with respectful obeisance. He then spoke the following words to her that delighted her. This used to be the case. Lately, hardly we follow these things. So before the marriage, even before, in general, when you go home, meet the parents, this used to be the custom of obeisances to the parents, taking their blessings, touch their feet. This used to be mother and father both. But these days, this custom itself is gone completely. Everything became so much modernized, all high and by kind of thing. So that's where the problem is. Mother, father has appointed me to perform the duty of maintaining the citizens. As per my father's order, my coronation will take place tomorrow. Sita should also fast with me this night. Father conveyed this instruction from the priests and teachers to me. So yeah, everything as per Shastra and Sadhu. It's not, no one is deciding by their own ideas. Please carry out the rituals today, which will be briefing about auspiciousness for me and Vaidehi, Sita Devi, and which are appropriate for the coronation to take place tomorrow. Is asking his mother to do whatever is the best things. Hearing this, that she had anchored for a long time, Kausalya slightly spoke the following indistinct and sweet words to Rama while shedding tears of joy. Child Rama, may you live long. May your obstacles be destroyed, endowed with prosperity. May you please your friends, me and Sumitra. That's why we take blessings of elders and superior sadhus before any auspicious thing in general. Blessings, because by their blessings we can actually improve in our character, conduct, and proper behavior. All these things naturally will manifest. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati apin sarvair gunair tato samasate sura manorate nasad davato bhai. So one is always observing these things from the Shastra and Sadhu and Guru and the elders and superiors, then naturally will develop these qualities by that conduct, by that. Otherwise, it's very difficult to develop. How Lord Rama is behaving, you can see, going and taking blessings and asking mother to do what is necessary. So you understand, Lord understand, teaching here. Ah, my child, your father King Dasratha has been honored with auspicious qualities because of you who were born to me under a very auspicious nakshatra. My son, indeed, my tolerance in performing austerities for the lotus-eyed Purusha has been unfailing. For the prosperity of the kingdom of Ikshvakus will take shelter of you. Mm. So always parents perform these things for their betterment or for their children also. So they take vows, do certain things for their children's welfare, so that they become nice devotees. They become nice, with a nice proper Vaishnava conduct. All these things, ideal. Father and mother supposed to do like that. Hearing this, thus been addressed by his mother, Rama noticed his brother Lakshmana sitting humbly with his palm joined in supplication and smilingly spoke the following: Lakshmana, rule this earth with me. This prosperity has attained you, my second life force. See that Lord Rama is not thinking now I'm king. So you all serve me. No, Lord is saying Lakshmana, you also come. You are also. You should rule. So this is a great quality of a leader. O son of Sumitra Devi, enjoy the cherished objects of enjoyment and the result of kingship. I desire my life and the kingdom for your sake. For the mother and father sake only, Lord Rama. So in this way, the chapter 4 finishes. Now the chapter 5. Vasishtha prepares Rama for coronation. So this is done always by the sages. So the deity installation, anything done, major events are done by the guru or representatives, the pujari, head pujaris, they do. So even Abhishek, when we start, generally it is first initiated by the Prabhupada disciple or spiritual master, so senior devotees. It is like that. That is the general etiquette and the process we follow. Having instructed Sri Rama about the coronation ceremony due to take place the next day, the king called for his priest Vasishtha and spoke the following. Oh, one whose wealth is austerity, please go now to the descendant of Kakusta and make him fast and observe the disciplined vows with him with his young wife to attain prosperity and fame and kingdom. Basically, Lord Ramchandra. The best of the knowers of the Vedas, powerful sage Vasishtha told the king, all right, and then personally departed for Rama's residence to make Rama observe the vow of fasting with the required mantras. That expert on mantras was very firm in his vows to got an excellent chariot fit for brahmanas and yoked with horses. So, in this way, Sadhu is preparing the Vasishtha is preparing Lord Rama. Now the chapter 6 begins. Residents of the Kosala prepare for celebrating Rama's coronation. Now even the Vasis also, Ayodhya Vasis also preparing everything, whatever is needed, decorating the whole kingdom, so beautifying the place and gathering all the ingredients. It's a very important thing. So that means any festival comes, the devotees have to gather and prepare before itself. Consciousness get ready and prepare so that everything is celebrated properly. And this happened even when Lord Rama is coronated. When the priest had departed, Rama bathed, then accompanied by his wife, wide-eyed wife Sita Devi, with fixed mind, he approached the Lord Narayana. Lord is also showing here. According to the prescribed regulations, he held the vessel containing the sacrificial oblation on his head and then poured the ghee on the blazing fire for the great deity. Prince Rama glorified the remnants of the deity's offering that was so dear to him and ate it. Having controlled his speech and mind while meditating on Lord Narayana, he went to sleep on the bed of kusha grass that he had spread out with Vaidehi in that prosperous abode of Lord Vishnu. So Lord also followed because otherwise no one else also will follow. So that's why otherwise he doesn't need to follow. He woke up one prahara before the end of night and then had his home completely decorated according to scriptural regulations. So these are all important principles. So at least, if not every day, at least on this festival Ramanavami day, we should try to wake up early than usual time, ideally 4:30 or before. So these are the principles we have to learn. After hearing the pleasant words of Sutas, Magadas, and Vandas, he meditated on the sun and presiding deity of dawn. He chanted his Gayatri with a fixed mind. This is there in even Lord Krishna's daily prescribed duty in the 80th chapter or so in Krishna book. Lord Krishna also did the same thing. He used to wake up at 3:30 or 3 and then did a Gayatri meditation and then offering sun oblations, offering respects to sun god, and some charity to the Brahmanas, all that. Exactly. Now the begins the important, pay attention, important instruction. Chapter 7 and 8 and 9, very important instruction. Starts with Mantra, chapter 7. Mantra instructs Kaikeyi to stop the coronation. Here we go. Uh, this is the first important instruction. By her own wish, a maid servant of Kaikeyi's relatives born somewhere and now living with her climbed the palace that resembled the moon. From the top of the palace, Mantra saw Ayodhya. Its royal roads were wet. It was pleasant and filled with multitudes of scattered flowers. Upon seeing Ayodhya, Mantra became extremely astonished. Ayodhya was fully decorated with excellent flags, with and without paintings. Uh, A foster mother of Rama was standing not far from her. Her eyes was glowing in great joy, and she wore a light yellow dress in silk. Noticing her thus, Mantra asked her as follows. First chapter describing what is actual original first feelings of Kaikeyi, what she was in, what kind of consciousness she is in. That has been described. Being so greedy, why does Rama's mother, endowed with the most excellent joy, distribute wealth to the people? This is Mantra's thinking. Why are the people so delighted? What is the delighted king going to do? Tell me. Rama's foster mother became overwhelmed in happiness. In great joy, she then told the hunchback about Raghava's abundant prosperity. Tomorrow, under the influence of the nakshatra Pushya, King Dasharatha will coronate Rama, the descendant of Raghu, who has conquered anger, who is sinless as a crown prince. Upon hearing the words of Rama's foster mother, the hunchback Mantra immediately became angry. She got down from the palace that resembled the peak of Kailash. Burning in anger, Mantra, who showed the path to sin, came to Kaikeyi, who was lying down, and spoke the following words: Foolish woman, get up. See this. By this speech itself, we can know what is the conduct, what is the behavior, what is the background, what qualities is coming up with. Why are you sleeping now? Danger is approaching you. Can't you understand that you are afflicted by a host of distressing events? Oh, one who is actually not desired by the king. Oh, one who is apparently very fortunate. You have blabbered about your good fortune because your good fortune is flickering like the flow of a river in a summer. KK became greatly distressed when the angry hunchback who showed the path of sin spoke such harsh words to her. KK told the hunchback, Mantara, isn't everything well for me? I can see that your face is sad. You are very distressed. Mantara, so tell me, why are you so afraid now? Upon hearing Kaikeyi's words of sweet syllables, mantra of expert speech filled with anger, and spoke the following words. The hunchbacked well-wisher of Kaikeyi, became more downcast and spoke the following word to sadden her and to break her affection for Rama, the descendant of Raghu. They are expert in doing this. Those who are not having the proper qualities of Vaishnava qualities, this is what they do. So that's why we have to be careful whose advice we have to take, whose association we have to take. O goddess, a very great irrevocable damage has come upon you. King Dasharatha will coronate Rama as the crown prince. I am drowning in unfathomable fear. I am filled with distress and lamentation, as if I am burning in fire. I have come here for your good. Kaikeyi, I will be in great distress because of your distress. When you grow old, I will also grow old. There is no doubt about this. You are born in dynasty of kings. You are the queen of a king. O goddess, how is it that you do not understand the cruelty of those engaged in royal duties? Your husband speaks dharma, but he is deceitful. He speaks sweetly, but he is terrible in action. You consider him pure, but he has cheated you in this manner. So see how she's speaking bad about Dasarath Maharaj in front of his wife. He deals with you pleasantly when needed to destroy your wealth. Now your husband will give wealth to Kausalya, having exiled Bharata to your relatives, Mama's house. This chapter, this canto begins like that. Shatrugna and Bharata going to Mama's house. Now, tomorrow early in the morning, that evil-minded one will coronate Rama, calling Dasharatha Maharaj like that. Imagine, see. For the kingdom, now that all thorns to his ascension have been removed, my dear girl, you have embraced your enemy known as your husband, like a mother, a venomous baby snake designed to do good to it. Hmm. Today, King Dasharatha has kept away from you your son, just as one would keep away from snake or an enemy. My dear girl, who always deserves to be happy, you and your people have been destroyed by that sinful, deceitful one of sweet speech. When who is coronating Rama as the crown prince of that kingdom? Take do good to yourself quickly and at this right time, O one of astonishing appearance, save your son and yourself and me. That's what you want, make sure, so she can enjoy the kingdom. Upon hearing Mantra's word, Kaikeyi, whose face was beautiful and who had been lying down, got up. She was completely filled with delight like the dint of autumn moon. Still, her mind didn't change even now. Now she's going to become even more. Mantra goes to even next level. Um, However, Kaikeyi became extremely pleased and astonished. She gave a beautiful ornament to the hunchback. Having gifted her ornament to the hunchback, that most beautiful woman, Kaikeyi, saw mantra and again spoke as follows. Mantra, you are speaking that which is most pleasing to me. What more can I do to you? Who tell me this pleasant news of this coronation? I do not differentiate between Rama and Bharata, so I am happy that the king will coronate Rama as the crown prince for the kingdom. Oh, one who deserves a pleasant gift. You cannot speak anything better and more agreeable to me other than the news regarding Rama's coronation, because you have spoken about the most pleasing event, his coronation. So I will grant you a great benediction, accept it. So those who think that Kaikeyi is of the bad character or something, so we can here we understand it is not the case. This has a past time to it, so that's why this incident happened. So now Kaikeyi's mind is being changed, brainwashed by this wrong association of mantra is coming up now. She already tried first, it didn't work. Now she's going to use another some other tricks. Now the chapter 8 starts. This is between conversation between Kaikeyi and mantra. These are very important principles on what we should do and whom we should associate, whom what kind of instruction we should take from whom. But mantra, this chapter 8. But mantra displeased. There's a verse, important verse, criticizing, fault finding, all those things. There's a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, here Acharya's quote in one of the verse. But mantra displeased with Kaikeyi threw away that ornament and then with anger and distress spoke the following words. Here it's quoted. Srimad Bhagavatam 5:18-12 emphatically declares that those who are not interested in pure devotional service to the Supreme Lord cannot have good qualities. Mantra was angry that Kaikeyi was not listening to her good advice and distressed that a disaster would take place. Therefore, associating with a dedicated non-devotees is forbidden by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this regard, Srila Prabhupada notes in his purport to Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 22, verse number 87, very famous verse. Asat Sanga Tyaga, Ye Vaishnavachar, first and foremost quality. It describes multiple times to Satyaraj Khan and Brahmananda Basu. They ask, who is a Vaishnava? In one place he says this, this is Sanatana Goswami, I think. Asatsanga Tyaga E Vaishnavachar, giving up unwanted association. And then further, Sri Sangi Eka Asadu Krishna Bhakta. A Vaishnava, a devotee should simply discard intimate association with non devotees. In this Upadesh Amrita Prabhupada Goswami described symptoms of intimate relationship. So, what should we? Sri Sangi, don't associate with women. Means not the saintly persons, of course. In general, those who are, as loose talk and those engage in all kinds of useless activities against Shastra and Sadhu and Guru. So, though with those kind of persons, we should try to avoid. Especially, so the Eka Sadhu, Krishna Bhakta are, that is the quality one should have. Here, mantra is displaying that characteristics, bringing, spoiling the whole clan. So, all auspicious, nothing auspicious about it. So that's what is described here. Prabhupada is quoting, or Acharya is quoting, very important verse. 10th canto, 74th chapter, 40th verse, Srimad Bhagavatam clearly states that those who hear offenses to the Lord or his beloved devotees should be given up. This should be the first consideration. How do we know? Anybody non-devotee means this is the first consideration one should have. Everything else, simple activity, whatever, everybody considers bad, so from the past lives, that is not so bad. The bad part is this. Who hears offenses to the Lord, that is the first consideration. Second consideration, and his beloved devotees, these two, because even offenses to the holy name, 10 offenses, we chant every day before chanting. And that it is the first thing, is also blaspheming the devotees who are dedicated their life propagating the holy name. That is the first offense. Second offense is thinking of Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva to be equal to or independent of Lord Vishnu. They are not equal. They are serving Lord Vishnu. They are empowered by the Lord Vishnu to take care of the duties. They are not equal. Neither they are independent. If one thinks that they are independent of Lord Vishnu, again that is also offense. So that is second. Third one is disobeying the orders of spiritual master. These three causes rest, all others. Uh, Fourth one is Shastra Nindam. So that's why we should be very careful. We should not do offensive talk to Lord or offense to the pure devotees. These two things. And here mantra is, that's what she is doing. She's talking about Lord. Rama, Dasrath Maharaj, everything bad on, nothing good. So that's why. And he's quoting here. Nindanam Bhagavata Srindvam Tad Parasya Janasya Va Tato Na Apati Yasopi Yati Ada Sukruta Achyutaha. Anyone who fails to immediately leave the place where he hears criticism of the Supreme Lord or his faithful devotee will certainly fall down, barefoot of his pious pride. Even whatever is accumulated, that also will go. So that's why one should be careful. We have to there are three things we've done, but the best thing is leave that place because other two things we can't do. That means we have to stop the other person from talking like that. So unless we are Uttamadhikari, we can't do that. The other thing is mentioned that we have to die. So that cannot be done. So the best thing is to leave that place where this thing is done. Ignorant lady mantra is now going next level of dealings with Kaikeyi. Ignorant lady, what is this? You have become delighted at the wrong time. You don't understand that you are in the middle of an ocean of sorrow. Oh goddess, having encountered a major calamity, you are happy when you are meant to be unhappy, affected by pain. I laugh at you in my mind. I'm sorry that your intelligence is perverse. Which women of condemnable intelligence would be happy with the arrival of the enhancement of the our enemy, our covert son, that is as good as death? See how much he's putting the poison. Rama is afraid of Bharata, who shares his right over the kingdom. I am dejected by thinking of this. For one who is afraid of one who is afraid. The great archer Lakshmana is fully subservient to Rama and Shatrughna and to Bharata just as Lakshmana is to Kakusta. So Lakshmana is always serving. So basically mantra is simply unable to understand the reality pertaining to Lord Rama because he is naturally covered with internal potency. So here mantra is covered fully with this external illusory energy. That's what is happening. Oh, beautiful woman, even by the order of the proximity, by birth, Bharata alone should get the kingdom. Now she starts directly. The possibility of the kingdom being attained by your two younger sons, Lakshmana and Shatrughna, is actually remote. Mm. Because first is Lord Rama is born, the next is Bharata is born, then the two, Lakshmana and Shatrughna was born. So this is a sequence. Actually, the elder one is supposed to be coronated. That is the general. Unless there is a defect, there is a problem, then only you go to the next. So ideally, this in every way, Lord Rama is supposed to be coronated. But here, mantra is very deceptively talking to bring down somehow or other, bring Bharata into the forefront. Thinking of your son, I shiver out of fear for Rama, for he is intelligent, wise in Kshatriya acts, and accomplishes his purposes without delay at the right time. Indeed, Kausalya, whose son will be coronated tomorrow in conjunction with the Pushya Nakshatra as the grand crown prince by the best of the twice born, is very fortunate. With your palm joined in supplication, you will attend to Kausalya as a maid servant. She is telling what's going to happen to you. You will become maid servant. You will lose everything. You will be treated as as low. So all these things she is bringing up. Having destroyed her rivals, she will attain very great joy and recognition. If you thus become her maid servant along with us, your son will become a menial servant of Rama. Rama's exalted woman. Rama's exalted woman will certainly be happy, and your daughters in law will be unhappy when Bharata is diminished. Mm, further. Then, noticing the distressed mantra speaking, the goddess Kaikeyi praised Rama's auspicious quality. Still, she is still in the positive direction. Further, she goes down. The king's eldest son Rama knows Dharma. He is trained by his superiors. He knows the duties of a good son. He is truthful to his word and pure. So he deserves to become the crown prince. With a long life and like his father, Rama will protect his brothers and dependents. Oh, hunchback, how is it that you are afflicted upon hearing about Rama's coronation? Now the next level of mantras thing will happen. Prince Bharata will certainly attain Rama's kingdom that belonged to their father and grandfather after Rama rules it for 100 years. So she is telling Bharata will rule after Rama's 100 years. So what is the problem? I don't see any problem. Now mantra goes even further down. Hmm. Mantra, when the appropriate festivity is at hand and an auspicious event is to take place in the future, why are you so pained? Just as I greatly value Bharata, I greatly value Raghava even more because Rama serves me more than he serves Kaushalya. Kaikeyi is telling how much Rama is dear to her. If Rama has the kingdom, it is same as Bharata having the kingdom because Raghava thinks about his brother just as he thinks about himself. Hearing Kaikeyi's words, Mantra became extremely sad. With a long and warm sigh, spoke the following words to Kaikeyi. How the real plot begins. Kaikeyi, the descendant of Raghu, who will be Raghava's son, will become the next king, but Bharata will be banished from the royal lineage. Angry lady, all of the king's sons do not rule a kingdom. When all are made to rule, a very great state of opposition in law and order arises. O Kaikeyi of spotless bodily beauty, therefore kings place the administrations of their kingdom on the eldest son, even in the midst of their other qualified sons. Oh, more affectionate to your son will be completely shattered and therefore driven away like an orphan from all kinds of comfort and the royal lineage. I have come to you for your sake. Instead, without understanding me, you want to give me a gift when your co-wife has become prosperous. But having obtained a thornless kingdom, Rama will certainly transfer Bharata to another land or world. Indeed, you have sent the young Bharata to his maternal uncle's home. One develops affection even to immobile creatures when they are very near him. Being submissive to Bharata, Shatrugna too has attained the same state. So both them went to uncle's place because he has taken shelter of Bharata just as Lakshmana has taken shelter of Rama. I have heard that a tree meant to cut by those who subsist on the forest is protected and freed from the great danger of being cut because of the thorny istika bushes in the proximity of the tree. She gives examples also like this. Sumitra's son will certainly protect Rama and Raghava, Lakshmana. Their brotherly affection is well known among the people to be like that of the Ashwini Kumaras. So Rama will never harm Lakshmana, but there is no doubt that Rama will harm Bharata. She's bringing the point forefront. So let your son go to the forest directly from Raja Agraha. This is what I like, and it will be very good for you too. And thus, if Bharata gets his father's kingdom by dharma, your relatives would also be benefited. How can your boy who is fit to be happy, who has lost his wealth, and who is the natural enemy of Rama, live under the control of Rama, who would be prosperous with wealth? You should protect Bharata, who is being overcome by Rama, just as a herd of elephants chased by a lion in the forest. In the past, because of your good fortune, you had proudly disregarded your co-wife Kaushalya, the mother of Rama. Why would she not retaliate? Oh, beautiful lady, only when Rama gets the earth with its abundant mine of jewels, mountains, and towns will you and Bharata become wretched and attain an inauspicious defeat. As soon as Rama gets the earth, Bharata will certainly perish. So now think of way to place the kingdom under your son and a way to banish Rama. See the whole plight and the plot. This is how chapter 8 ends, and chapter 9 begins with Kaikeyi convinced by mantra. So now he's going further. With this chapter, we'll stop, but it's very clear what's happening. When Kaikeyi was addressed thus, her face blazed with anger, with a long and warm sigh. She spoke the following to mantra. Uh, Mantra, now think about this. By what means can Bharata and never Rama get the kingdom? So she's all now its mind is spoiled already. She got it. She wants Bharata to be ruled, not Rama. Kaikeyi. Mind changed already by this persuading again and again with different kinds of tricks. Now she's asking now how this can be done. And being thus addressed by the queen, Mantra of sinful vision spoke the following to Kaikeyi while destroying Dasarath's mission of coronating Rama. Ah, Kaikeyi, now I will tell you how your son Bharata can attain the entire kingdom. Listen to me. Kaikeyi, you do want to hear me speak about the which you need. Don't you remember it? Or is it that you are concealing the fact that you do remember it? Charming woman, if you want to hear that which I have been telling you, listen, I will speak, listen and think. Hearing these words of Mantra, Kaikeyi slightly got up from her nicely arranged bed and spoke as follows. Mantra, tell me what I can do. By what means can Bharata never get Rama, get the kingdom? Being thus addressed by the queen, the hunchbacked Mantra of sinful vision spoke the following words while destroying the mission of coronating Rama. O queen, during a war between the Devas and Asuras, your husband assisted the king of Devas along with saintly kings, and with your support, he reached the south and proceeded towards Dandaka forest to the city as famous as Vaijayanta, when Timidvaja resided. Where Timidvaja, that great Asura was as famous as Sambara. Sambara is in Krishna Lila, we see that Sambara, where the Pradyumna was born, and Sambara takes. So Pradyumna is gone for quite a bit long time, even though he was born, but nobody knows where he went. Then later on, Nardamut reveals. And that Sambara, I think, same thing. Using hundreds of deceptive tricks, he engaged the war with Indra after defeating the Devas. In the midst of the great battle, the Rakshasa suddenly arrived and attacked the man asleep at night. These men had been wounded and injured. At that time, the mighty armed King Dasharatha engaged in a great war with Asuras in the campsite where the men had been asleep and were smashed by their weapons. O Queen, you took away from the battle when he had lost his consciousness and healed him. When your husband was again injured by weapon there, you healed him again. O lady of beautiful appearance, when he was satisfied with you, he granted you two boons. O queen, you told your husband, I will accept these two boons when I want. That great soul, Dasratha, then said, all right. I did not know, O queen, it was you who had previously related this to me. I have preserved this history in my mind out of my love for you. Stop the preparations for Rama's coronation and reverse the situation. Ask your husband for these two boons, Bharata's coronation as the crown prince and Rama's exile for 14 years. But why 14 years of exile? Mantra explains that in the next verse. When Rama is exiled to the forest for 14 years, your son will attain the favor and affection of the citizens and become unshakable from his position. Generally, these 14 years, 12 years or 14 years is generally there. Even to serve, disciple to guru also, disciple should serve at least minimum 12 years without expecting anything. Then guru will bestow his highest benediction to the disciple who is serving humbly without any expectation. That is also minimum 12 years and should wait. So here in that way 14 years so that Bharata gathers the affection and favor of everybody. O daughter of Ashwapati, now enter the house of anger, which soiled with soiled clothes, lie down on the battle floor as if angry. So that Dasarath Maharaj has to console her, and she act like completely dejected, and then but still Dasarath Maharaj chastises her like anything. Still she doesn't listen. Completely, mind is poison. That means he will never listen. So like Duryodhana, spoiled by Shukni, he is not going to listen. However, hundreds of people may instruct. Because when the mind is spoiled, when you are already in wrong association, despite good advice being given by parents or anybody superiors, they will not listen. So that's it. Before itself, we have to be make sure that we don't take this kind of wrong association in our belt to begin with. So that's what we see. Can see after noticing him, do not glance at him or do not talk to him. Let lie on the floor while crying in anguish. You are always your husband, beloved. I have no doubt about this. To please you, Maharaj can even enter fire. He can neither make you angry nor see you angry because the king can give up his life to please you. The king is not capable of transgressing your words. Oh, inert woman, know the strength of your good fortune. King Dasharatha might give you jewels, pearls, and various excellent items of gold. Never pay attention to them. She's already fully giving the plan that don't even reply. Whatever Bharata to be coronated. That is only. Any other thing he says, don't even believe, don't even reply. So he's already telling everything. Oh, greatly fortunate one, remind him of two very famous boons that Dasharatha had given you during the war between the Devas and Asura. Don't lose sight of your objective. When the descendant of Raghu personally makes you sit up and grant you the boons, confine the Maharaj to the principle of truthfulness and then ask him these two boons. O king, banish Rama for the forest to 14 years and make Bharata the king of the earth. After Rama has gone to the forest for 14 years, your son will rise to fame and prosperity and have brought the homeland armed forces under his control for the rest of his life. O queen, ask him for the benedictions of Rama's exile and Bharata's coronation. Beautiful lady, thus all of your son's purpose will be accomplished. Exiled, thus Rama will become displeasing and your Bharata will become the king after neutralizing your enemies. By that time, Rama returns from the forest. Your son will be firmly rooted in his position. With the help of his well-wishers, he will conciliate the men living in the city and countryside, for he is in control of his senses. I think that this is the right time for you. Fearlessly stop the king from his preparation for Rama's coronation and reverse the situation. When the Kaikeyi was convinced that that which was unfavorable to her interest was favorable to her interest, she became thoughtful and delighted with her. She told Mantra as follows. Uh, Here, Acharya's quote from Bhagavad Gita 18.32. Adharmam dharmam itiya manyate tamasavrita sarvardham viparitam cha buddhi sa partha tamasi. I was explaining earlier, same point. That understanding which considers irreligion to be religion and religion to be religion, because when you are wrong, also that's what will happen. Under the spell of illusion and darkness and strives always in the wrong direction. Oh, Partha is in the mode of ignorance. So that's what. When the mode of ignorance, no one can help. You're already in wrong association. So even despite good instruction, good advice, you'll not pay heed to that. So that's why first itself we have to curtail this. Kaikeyi was formerly most beautiful to see, became extremely astonished by the words of the hunchback. She resembled a mare that had gotten off track. Oh, hunchback, till now I did not know that you are the best of those who speak about the best. You are the best of the hunchbacks on the earth, is intelligent in decision making. You alone have always been with me to fulfill my purposes as my well wisher. Oh, hunchback, I was not aware of the king's plan of action. Hunchbacks are deformed in their appearance, crooked and extremely sinful. You are pleasing to look like a lotus bent by the wind. You, so now she's going on, but we understand the principle. With that, we can stop. But very important instructions how one should be very careful of association. Mantra is bringing up. This is the Lord's plan and lesson throughout Ramayana. We learn these important lessons, and we should try to fix our lifestyle and actions and behavior so that we can actually become mm, ideal and develop our love for the Lord and for every living entity. We'll see super soul in every living entity. युमां पश्य सर्वत्र सर्वं च मयि पश्यति तस्याहं न प्रणश्यामि न च मे प्रणश्यति. Will never be lost. Lord will never be lost to us. We'll see always the Lord everywhere. And we develop the quality of seeing the super soul in every living entity. So with that, we'll come to an end of Ramayana for this particular Ayodhya Kanda from chapter 1.